Once upon a time, in a cozy little cottage nestled between rolling hills and a whisper-quiet forest, lived a sweet young girl named Nila. Nila had hair as dark as the midnight sky and eyes that sparkled with curiosity. She wore a simple blue dress, the color of a clear summer morning. Nila was kind and gentle, but sometimes a little cloud of doubt would follow her, making her feel small and unsure. One evening, just as the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of orange and purple, Nila felt a strange pull towards the ancient forest that bordered her garden. The woods were usually a place of daytime adventures, but tonight they seemed different, almost magical. A soft, silvery light beckoned to her from between the tall, silent trees. With her heart thumping a little faster, Nila stepped into the forest. The air grew cooler, and the world became hushed, except for the gentle rustling of leaves. As she walked deeper, tiny fireflies began to appear, winking and blinking like fallen stars, lighting her path with their soft, golden glow. They danced around her, leading her further into the heart of the woods, where the air hummed with a quiet, mystical energy. The trees here were ancient, their branches reaching up to the heavens like gnarled arms. Soft, glowing moss carpeted the forest floor, and strange, beautiful flowers pulsed with a gentle, inner light. It felt like she had stepped into a dream. The fireflies swirled ahead, gathering around a clearing bathed in the most beautiful moonlight Nila had ever seen. And there, in the center of the clearing, leaning against the trunk of a great old oak tree, was the source of the silvery light. It was a mirror, but this was no ordinary mirror. Its frame was crafted from twisted silver branches, adorned with moonstones that seemed to drink in the moonlight. The glass itself shimmered with a soft, ethereal glow, like a calm, silent lake reflecting the night sky. Nila approached it cautiously, her reflection looking back at her. But something was different. This wasn't the Nila she saw every day. The girl in the mirror stood a little taller, her eyes shining not with curiosity, but with a quiet courage. The simple blue dress seemed to shimmer with its own light, and a gentle smile played on her lips, a smile full of kindness and confidence. Above her reflection, written in delicate, glowing script, were the words, "The Moon Mirror." A soft musical voice, like the whisper of the wind through the leaves, seemed to echo in her mind. "This is how the moon sees you, Nila," it said. "Brave, kind, and beautiful." Nila gasped. Could it be true? She had always thought of herself as just Nila, simple, quiet Nila. But the moon, the wise old moon that watched over the world every night, saw her as a hero. She looked at her reflection again, at the brave girl staring back, and a warmth spread through her chest. For the first time, she saw a spark of that same bravery within herself. As she smiled, a real, genuine smile, the forest around her seemed to respond. The moonlight grew brighter, casting long, silvery shadows that danced playfully. The glowing flowers pulsed with more vibrant colors, and the fireflies swirled in a joyous, dazzling display. The whole forest seemed to be celebrating her newfound confidence. Nila spent what felt like hours by the mirror, watching the magical version of herself. She imagined herself climbing the tallest trees, helping a lost fawn find its way home, and sharing her lunch with the grumpy badger who lived under the hill. With each thought, the girl in the mirror looked even more radiant. But then, a familiar shadow crept back into her mind. "This is just a magic mirror," a small voice of doubt whispered. "It's not real. You're not really that brave." As soon as the thought took hold, a change came over the magical clearing. The brilliant moonlight began to fade, retreating behind a sudden veil of clouds. The mirror's silver glow dimmed, its surface turning dull and gray. The brave, smiling Nila in the reflection flickered and vanished, replaced by her own familiar, uncertain face. The forest held its breath. The glowing moss lost its light. The beautiful flowers closed their petals, and the fireflies stopped dancing, their tiny lights winking out one by one. The magical world was disappearing. Nila felt a pang of sadness. She had loved the bright, beautiful forest. She had loved the feeling of being brave and special. She looked at her gloomy reflection in the now dull mirror. Was the voice of doubt right? Was she just plain, ordinary Nila? She remembered the feeling of warmth when the mirror first shone, the joy she felt seeing the forest come alive. She remembered the gentle voice telling her she was brave. Maybe the magic wasn't in the mirror itself. Maybe the magic was inside her all along. Taking a deep breath, Nila looked straight into her own eyes in the mirror. "No," she whispered, her voice small but firm. "I am kind. I helped Mrs. Gable find her lost kitten last week." She stood up a little straighter. "And I am brave. I wasn't scared to come into the forest tonight, even though it was dark." As she spoke these words, a tiny spark flickered within the mirror. It was small, but it was there. "Encouraged," Nila continued, "and the moon sees me as beautiful." She thought about her smile, her love for her family, and the way she cared for the flowers in her garden. A genuine smile touched her lips again. With that smile, the magic came rushing back. A brilliant beam of moonlight broke through the clouds, flooding the clearing with pure silver light. The moon mirror flared to life, shining more brightly than ever before. In it, the reflection of the brave, kind, and beautiful Nila returned, her eyes sparkling with self-belief. The forest rejoiced with her. The moss glowed, the flowers bloomed in a riot of soft colors, and the fireflies burst forth in a spectacular, swirling dance of light, celebrating her victory over doubt. Nila laughed, a clear, happy sound that echoed through the enchanted woods. She understood now. The mirror didn't create the magic. It only reflected the magic that was already inside her. Her belief in herself was the key that unlocked it all. She stayed in the clearing a while longer, basking in the warm glow of the moonlight and her own newfound confidence. She knew she wouldn't need the mirror every night to remember who she was. The moon would always be in the sky, a silent, glowing reminder of the bravery, kindness, and beauty she held within. When her eyelids started to feel heavy, Nila said a quiet thank you to the moon mirror and the magical forest. The fireflies gently guided her back through the trees, their lights winking a soft goodbye. When she stepped out of the woods and into her own garden, she turned back one last time. The silvery glow from the heart of the forest pulls gently, like a sleeping heart. Nila climbed into her bed, the moonlight from her window casting a soft glow on her face. She felt different. The little cloud of doubt was gone, replaced by a quiet, steady warmth. She knew that even on cloudy nights when she couldn't see the moon, the belief in herself would be her own personal light, shining brightly from within. As she drifted off to sleep, she dreamed of brave adventures and magical forests, knowing she had all the strength she needed right inside her own heart.